This is Tyler Chaffo. I've been in the IoT AIDC industry for like 15 years now. Most recently, within the past 5 years or so, I've been really hyper focused on sustainability and what it looks like as you merge into certain regulations where there's a huge overlap within AIDC from a data capture standpoint, reporting, harmonization of various data at a product level, and that is digital product passport. Right now, I'm going to talk about how to build a personal brand within the AIDC industry. So I think one of the things that's important there is, I'm a big user and I try to be more of this, and I think you got to be very intentional about it, is, to grow what you're known for. So, use social media like LinkedIn, join groups, join your alumni groups for where you went to university, look at adjacent organizations as well in terms of where you're looking to establish a notoriety of what you're known as. And so certainly organizations like AIM, but also if you look at how do you grow, industry knowledge. And so if you want to go into grocery retail, what types of industry, organizations should you be a partnership there? Or maybe it's packaging, all these different things that an AIDC solution can touch. I think it's important to also look at from an industry sector as well, certain things that you should do. And I think it's important to be consistent. When you look at what you want to be known for, it's continuing to come back to the same message. For me, that's traceability. And I always try to keep one level distant from there in terms of, we're keeping traceability at the core, but we can talk about traceability for sustainability, or we can talk about how generative AI will enable things in traceability like risk management, supplier visibility, but really trying to keep it not too far removed so that I'm always can kind of 1 degree of separation back to this core of traceability, of which supports AIDC. And then from there, I think once you start to have a brand, it starts to snowball, and then all these things in terms of building brand become easier. Writing articles, creating content, getting the opportunity to speak at conferences. Once you've kind of established the initial, kind of what you get known for, then all these kind of opportunities come after that. But I think it's starting with being consistent. I think it's also important to think about what do you what plays to your strengths, and maybe what's an area that you want to grow into. And so, at any company you're at as well, raise your hand. A lot of companies have external marketing and communications functions and are probably looking for support crafting content and speaking at conferences. So don't be afraid to raise your hand and think, is this an opportunity for me to grow my brand, but also grow the brand of my company?